Hi everyone, I'm Lindsay Vallandingham with the Symphony Group at Keller Williams Louisville East. We are a real estate company located right here in the heart of Louisville, Kentucky, serving both Kentucky and Indiana. Today, we're going to talk about one of the more boring subjects in real estate, title insurance. But honestly, because it's boring, nobody really wants to talk about it, and then everybody gets to have questions about it, right? What even is title insurance? Do I need title insurance? Your mom might tell you need title insurance. You know, what is that? Do I need it? How does it protect me? For content about real estate in this part of the country or wherever you're at, make sure that you subscribe to our channel for the most updated information. Title insurance is basically just that. It's an insurance policy on the title of the property. You see, when you buy a home, you purchase the title to that home. That is your right to live and enjoy that property. Title insurance is going to protect you from problems that may arise on the title of the property. Things like ownership disputes, boundary disputes, errors and omissions in the recording of the deed, anything like that that might come up in the future. And even if you know who the owner was, even if you know the history of the property, frankly, these things can just happen. So title insurance is so important because it's what protects you should some issue arise in the future. There are basically two types of title insurance. There's the lender's title insurance and there's the homeowner's title insurance. Now, if you have a loan on your home, a lien against the property, more than likely your lender is going to require that you pay for lender's title insurance. This type of title insurance protects their lien on that property. So if there are disputes related to the property, that mortgage, that lien against the property is protected. The lender's title insurance policy is a one-time purchase. You pay for it at closing. Again, usually not negotiable. It's just going to be one of those things that we call closing costs at closing. And it is just going to be part of your settlement statement. It's part of what you pay for at closing. To give you an idea on the price, it is based on the amount of the loan of the property. So if you have a loan for $100,000, that title insurance is not going to be very expensive. If you have a loan that's $500,000, it's going to be significantly higher. And, we're talking about values here in the hundreds to maybe a couple $1,000s, just to give you an idea of the range. Now, the owner's title insurance policy is optional in most cases. So you as the owner get to decide whether you want to add that protection. It would be added at the closing table by the title attorney, and it would again be part of your closing costs when you close on the home. The owner's title policy is typically a little less expensive than the lender's title policy, and it is an insurance for you yourself. Again, should something happen along the line where we learn perhaps that there was some questions about the ownership that happened a long time ago. I give the example that, maybe an owner 2 owners ago put this property in their will to a distant relative and that relative wasn't aware that it was sold. Something like that could happen. Tax liens happen. Any type of liens against the property that could come up. 2 owners ago, they had a new roof put on and they never paid their roofer, and that roofer put a lien against the property. Typically, these things are discovered during the title search process when you're buying your home. Sometimes they're not, and occasionally errors are made. And that's what this insurance policy is to protect you, is should that come up, so that someone can't come in and take your home away from you, so that you are made whole by this process. And frankly, when there are title disputes, that's all handled in court, and your title insurance company steps in as the mediator between you and that proceeding that's happening in court, and you get to go about living your normal life. So again, when you buy owner's title insurance, that is going to be something that costs probably in the hundreds of dollars, not the thousands of dollars. That protects the full value of your purchase price that day. So it isn't necessarily just on the amount of the loan, it's on the actual purchase price for what you're buying, so you're fully covered. They are going to, when they close on the property, the title company will mail out your payment for that title insurance policy and will mail you that policy back. So you'll have a paper copy of your title insurance policy, and that's something that you would want to keep in the type of place where you keep your passport, where you keep your marriage license, where you keep your birth certificate. It's that important. It's a very important piece of paper, and it kind of goes in with your important pieces of paper. You've paid for it, you pay for it one time, and then you just hold on to it for the entire time you own that home. It also means that when you go to sell your home, you've had it insured for all of that time, and you have an easier title search process moving forward for yourself as well. It also is going to protect you against encroachments and encumbrances. So if you have a dispute with someone down the line because they have encroached upon your property, your title insurance would also step in and help with that, situation with maybe a neighbor or an encroachment there, or even an easement. If the city or the county has to come in and put in an easement along the line, your title insurance would help protect you in those conversations as well. So the long and short of it is here, seek out the advice of your legal counsel when you're purchasing a home. Get the advice from that person, from your agent, from anyone that you trust about your personal owner's title insurance policy. Again, if you're going to have a loan on a property, it's very likely that you're not going to have an option about purchasing that lender's title insurance policy. Have a real conversation if you have some questions about your owner's title insurance and figure out the pros and cons for you and whether or not that is something that you need to look into. I personally advise all of my clients to really strongly consider purchasing an owner's title insurance policy in the scheme of buying this massive investment, a $300,000 investment, a $400,000 investment. Sometimes that little $600 owner's title insurance policy is so small compared to what it protects, right? And so at the end of the day, you'll never be sad that you have an owner's title insurance policy. And for that reason, I think it's the best decision that you'll ever make. If you have questions about this, like I said, reach out to your attorney or feel free to reach out to us at symphonyrealtygroup@gmail.com to help answer all of your real estate questions.